Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Exotic New Tropics. Today we've got another update for you. I do just want to let you know there are two different videos coming up soon that are currently in editing. They're taking a while. One of them is specifically taking a while, so hopefully you guys enjoy those when they're out. But as usual, we're going to focus mainly on Nepenthes in this video, and we're going to start in this glass vivarium. The first thing I want to call out is that these Rebecca Soper cuttings are all ready to go now. If anyone wanted to buy them, you can DM us on Instagram before we look at actually putting them out on eBay or anywhere like that. There's a lot with like double growth points. So there's a growth point coming up at the top, and then the lower growth point is just perfect. That is one that's actually starting to vine already. That was a cutting that was taken a couple of months before these ones. And we do have more cuttings coming as well. So lots and lots of cuttings coming up. So yeah, let us know if you are interested in any of those. Almost all of them, I think, have double growth points now. Next to that, we have the Spatulata crossed with Jacquelineae, which is continuing to vine. So no real updates on that, just lots and lots of vining going on, and it no longer fits in the enclosure, of course. Behind that, we have our Raja crossed Veitchii, which is now beginning to vine. You can see right there. So good vines coming on, and we've still got that huge leaf that's going up the back right there. And then it's put out another huge leaf here, which is basically coming across the enclosure. You can see there. It's a big old plant, no room for it at all, which is great. And that again is behind the Raja cross Berbiger cross Edwardsiana, which again continues to vine, and has also, oh actually that huge leaf is from that. It's not from the Raja Veitchii, it's from the Edwardsiana. So Raja, what was it? Raja Berbiger Edwardsiana, that's what that leaf is from. But that is also putting up huge leaves. There's another one. There's another one coming down there. Lots and lots of growth. No pictures on that one yet. But again, I don't know exactly where it would put pictures because it doesn't really have any room. Everything else in here is just continuing as expected. The Rebecca Soper's down the back, the vining, and the Siboyanensis cross Talangensis is just huge. And is vining everywhere. It's got vines on vines on vines. And the basil is getting nice and big, as is the basil on the Aristolochioides, which is in there. Let's see if we can. I think there's two in there. They're huge basils. Not cutting them off yet. Wait until they're a lot bigger. So that sums that enclosure up. This is just something after the fact, because I completely forgot it happened. So this is our Rebecca Soper, and this is really far up the vine. Bear in mind the Rebecca Soper is all the way down the back of the enclosure. So this is really far up this vine. The vine ends just over there. It has a basil growing. Like, what is happening? I'm assuming it's a basil. I'm very confused by this. And I do want to know if anyone else has ever seen this. So let me know in the comments if you have. But this is crazy. I've not seen this before. And I've searched online and I can't see anyone else that has taken any pictures or reported it. So this may be a first. I highly doubt it, but it's pretty crazy to see. Down here we have our Nepenthes mojito, and what I've done is I've removed the top completely for better airflow because I didn't want to put a fan on it, and I've tied the light to basically a bracket above it, and that is continuing to grow. Not much update, but it is growing out of the actual enclosure now, so we'll see how that does, considering it'll be more away from humidity. This entire room is humid anyway. But it will be interesting to see what happens to that. Beautiful, huge pictures on this. I mean, just look at the size of these. Just incredible down there as well. This time we've got some very exciting updates, actually, in my opinion. We've got plenty of Nepenthes seeds now starting to germinate. Look at that, that's a crazy amount of seed. See if we can go down and focus in a bit better. See all those baby Nepenthes. Won't be harvesting them for a while into their own pots. I will put on screen what they are, because I have no idea right now. But we've got lots and lots of babies in that. Then we've got more babies over here. And then more babies next to that. Then this is a lot younger, but there are some babies growing in there. And then it's impossible to see in here, but there are babies in there as well. And there are a few, not many, babies in here, which you can hopefully point out on the screen because I can see one. So lots of new baby Nepenthes coming. The seedlings were kind of a success. I mean, look at the size of this one. So the seeds were kind of a success, which is interesting. And this was very much an experiment to see if I could grow from seed. And it seems to be going really well. Moving on to the next super exciting update, you can see right here, the Nepenthes Lowii is putting out a new leaf. So it is doing well, finally. I don't know how many months that's been, maybe half a year of getting used to it. But we're finally going to have a nice growing Lowii. And I have no idea how slow that's going to grow at this size. Hopefully it puts out a picture and I can then fertilize and it'll be really growing, but we shall see. But very excited about that. This plant cost a lot of money because of the size of it. It is a Nepenthes Lowii species. There's no cross or anything. So very cool. The Berbager Robcantlii in here is just continuing to go crazy. Very woody, very healthy. Just growing massively. It's awesome. We have the Cebuyanensis pictures in here. Just doing amazingly well. So that's great. I mean, there's pictures everywhere for the Cebuyanensis. But you've seen all that before. And over here, we've got the Lowii crossed with Cebuyanensis. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. It's doing very well, actually. That's a picture on it right there. Nice big picture. Probably needs fertilizing, actually. But yeah, lots of leaves coming off. Very cool. The Densiflora down the back, I'm pretty sure I've shown you this before, but massive picture came off it. That's already been fertilized, so that's doing great. And that is the plant that it's coming off. You can see big leaf coming off as well. So hopefully another picture coming up next to that Cebuyanensis. Then we've got Abrixianas right there, right next to each other, 1 and 2. One of them's really starting to shoot out now. Look how big those leaves are. Very excited for bigger pictures on those because they're going to look basically like a Lowii, but a bit more stripy and a little bit strange. Honestly, there's not much to report in this enclosure right here. So I'll go over just a couple of changes that have happened. So right down here we've got an Edwardsiana. This is our only Edwardsiana because they're very expensive and very hard to find for some reason, especially at large sizes. This was tiny when we got it and it's bigger now. We've repotted that out of its sphagnum moss that it came in, and it's now in our proper media that we grow everything in. So that should do a lot better now. It didn't have much of a root system actually when we took it out, which I was surprised because I expect babies to have quite decent root systems, but this one did not. And that might have been because the sphagnum was really like smashed in there and it was hard to grow the roots. I don't know, but now it's in this way more granular soil that we use. Let's call it soil media. Hopefully that root growth and the nutrient uptake will be a little bit quicker. It should grow a bit faster now actually. which will be great. So next to that, we've got the two Alba Imaginatas. You can see one of them doing way better than the other, but both doing absolutely great. We've got green next to a red, the red being this massive spider-looking thing that's shooting out all over the place. Yeah, no room for the red. But the green's being, you know, sensible, growing at a decent pace, but not super fast. But the red one, it just went mental. It was just like, yes! I mean, at this point, because we're in the summer and I don't actually have any cooling, I just have fans everywhere, everything's kind of growing at mid to lowland conditions at this point. I wouldn't say fully lowland, but even the highland box with the Lowii in that end, they're going to be closer to midland temps. It's just how it is. I don't have coolers, so I really like the when they shoot out the new hairy pictures from the middle, or vines, or tendrils. Say every word but the word that you mean. Look at that. I don't know why, I really like the way that they do it. It's just like some weird orange tendril coming out the middle that's super hairy. This absolutely mental plant, which we still don't really know what it is. I still have an idea of what it is, I just can't remember the name because I don't know for sure. And I don't think I've labelled it either. No, I haven't. This came unlabelled completely, didn't get purchased, it just came with an order. But absolute a million basils underneath, and they're big basils now. So they will need splitting off pretty soon, probably when they initially start to vine or cause problems. I mean, we can see right there, they are big, both of them. There might actually be three, but yeah, big no, I think there's two big basils now, which is awesome. And the longer they're on the adult plant, the more nutrients and the faster they grow. So I like to keep them there if I can. I'm assuming I've shown you pictures from that big plant that's unnamed before, but this is what they look like right now. Nice and big, huge pictures. Well, they're not huge, but really nice and big. All of the pictures are around that size. Look, there's another one over there. So doing great. We've got some really nice pictures in here coming off the Veitchii platykyla. But there's not too much going on in here, so we will switch to the next update. So those of you with eagle eyes will have noticed that some plants were missing. So in here, we've had to split out because we had no room, everything was growing too quickly. The Hamata, so that's a pure Hamata. Then we've got our Veitchii Grex 2, and then this is a, I want to say platykyla, but let me look. Oh, it's an Ame. It's an Ame. This is an Ame, I believe. It might be labelled wrong at this point. It does say Ame on it, but you could definitely run an actual identification on it. In fact, I'll probably do it after this video. But look at the pictures on this. What a nice picture. Oh, the autofocus. Let's see if we can... Will autofocus help? It... Well, kinda. But really nice, slightly hairy, really flared peristome, actually. So really, really gorgeous. And now it's got more room to grow. It's got another picture over there, and it's growing another one over there. So that's an update on these guys. The Hamata is now growing sideways, which means basil's inbound most likely. And the Veitchii is doing really well as well. Huge leaves now coming off the Veitchii, which means we're going to get bigger pictures. And hopefully now it's got more space, it will do even better. There is one last thing that I wanted to show you in this video, and it is this passion fruit vine. I'm not going to be able to show you all of it. Basically, it's vining all the way up to the window. It is absolutely huge. You can see down here, doesn't look very great at the base, and that's because everything's going on up the vine. Like here's a bit of the lower part of the vine. You can see all the growth coming off it. Doing really, really well. Now it's in natural sunlight all the time because it's hit the window. I'm just kind of vining it around the structure that you can see to the left of the screen. I don't want to show you outside, but yeah, this is doing incredibly well. Really, really well now. Just shows you what natural light can do. Bit of a different shot to end this one. That's all the Nepenthes updates. We've got other plants, and obviously I wanted to sneak in that passion fruit update at the end because I'm really happy with how that's doing now. Yeah, if you are looking for any Rebecca Soapers, let me know. I've got a few. I'll be reasonable on price, that's for sure. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been CJ. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.